everyone, it's Holly and I'm here to talk about my 2018 budget goals, or like financial goals, I guess. I do plan on doing a video just about 2018 goals slash resolutions. I don't really like the word resolution, I don't know why, but I don't. And I did do a bookish resolutions on my bookish channel, so you can check that out if you want. And next week my regular goals slash resolutions video should be up. About a month ago I did get a new job, which came along with a pretty substantial raise, or like increase in pay, I guess. A new job outside of my previous company. However, my intention is to not spend that money. I'm really gonna try and continue to live like I was living before. The one exception is that I have been deferring some loans for 2 years, and they are due to come back in like June or July, and when they do, I will no longer be deferring them. I'm able to pay them, and I will pay them. I am still working on figuring out what my monthly income is going to look like. I will be getting paid bi-weekly now instead of weekly. That's not really a concern for me. I pay my bills with my previous month's income, pay my bills with the money that comes in, you know, so like my January rent gets paid with December income, and January gas and electric and all of that gets paid for with December income. However, with things like my 401k, which I did enroll in the 401k already, which I had one before at my previous company, and my health insurance starts on the 1st of January. So until all of that is like really official and my hours are consistent at my new job, I won't really know what I'm getting paid. I have like an idea of it, and I try to always under guess instead of, you know, going high. So my plan is that my monthly expenses will stay the same. There's one exception. I am bringing my personal budget back, like my personal spending money every month, but it's still a pretty low dollar amount. I also plan on adding a giving function to my budget, which in January I think I'm going to talk about that. I really want to start having giving be a part of my life, and that's something I had wanted to do even before I got a new job, but now that I have a new job and I'm even more financially stable to do something like that, I feel like there's no reason not to. I will say there is a chance that my housing expenses will change. My new job is farther away from where I live right now than my previous job was. I do want to move, and I don't want to move. I would love to live in an apartment with a laundry in my apartment. However, I would basically have to pay an extra $200 to $300 a month to have that, and I'm not sure that's worth it. The other reason I would move is to be closer to my job, so I don't have to drive in the winter. I'm really just going to analyze this winter and see how bad it is, because driving in the winter, it is bad. Like, it can be very bad. This past week was awful. It also causes me a lot of anxiety, and so I'm just trying to analyze it and see if, like, even if you say $200, that's $2,400 a year. If that's worth it for however many days. Obviously not every winter is comparable to the next, but if I could stay, my lease is up in June. If I could stay here another year, that would be amazing. Like, to have that extra money would just be amazing. So we'll see. That may or may not happen. If I do make the decision to try and move, that decision will be made probably in like January, February, and I will kind of have to focus aggressively on saving for a move. So my main goals, because we should probably actually talk about that, is that one, I want to rebuild my emergency fund to $1,000. So I loosely follow Dave Ramsey. Had a $1,000 emergency fund, and ever since I moved into this apartment, it's been sitting at about $500, which has worked for me. I haven't really had to touch it at all, but I would just feel a little more comfortable if I could get that back up to $1,000. So that is definitely a main priority. I would also like to pay off at least 2 of my student loans. I don't think that should be a problem at all, especially if I don't move. Ideally, I would pay off even more than that, and I do have the potential at this new job to get a bonus, and the majority, if not all of that after taxes, would go straight towards paying down debt. And then the other thing I want to do is to start filming monthly budget videos on this channel. I'm not 100% sure what they would look like, and they may or may not look the same every month. So sometimes maybe I'll show you my budget, sometimes I'll talk about like wins, losses, pay off any loans, or if I meet my goals or anything, certainly sharing that information. But that is my budget goals for 2018. If you have any questions, comments, or if you want to talk about your budget goals, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I would love to hear about it. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.